How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the video. And for today, I'm working on the G35 because if some of you might know, if you've been watching the previous videos, I am taking this car to a local performance shop to get it on the dyno to finish the tuning and to hopefully fix whatever's wrong with it. I feel like I keep saying this a lot, but I've been having problems with my upstream O2 sensors. I have literally replaced and checked everything, and something keeps triggering those upstream sensors that at some point there's like a lean condition. So I have a couple parts today. I'm going to do a couple things to the car to maybe, if I have an intake leak that I haven't found yet, we're going to find it today. So, but there's also a couple more things I'm doing. I'm gonna basically get a new intake, and what I mean by that is this is an old ass filter that's dirty, and since I'm gonna be putting it on the dyno, I want a brand new filter. So I picked up this. It's a blox 4-inch velocity stack. Here's the intake. The velocity stack's in here, and let me pull it out real quick and show you guys what I mean. All right, here it is. Here's the velocity stack. Now, if you guys don't know what this is, it basically just goes in your intake filter like that, and then it just makes it a more smoother transition into the intake. It is, I don't want to say it increases horsepower, but I think it does allow you to maybe gain more when the engine is really revving out. I know these are really popular for people who have turbos. They put it right on the inlet of the turbo so it could suck in more air, more like directional, I want to say, because with the air coming from the outer areas in, it just makes it more directional, makes it smoother, and makes the engine work less. So but you guys can look up a V-stack and like what it does and the absolute specifics, but I had to replace my intake, so I figured I'd pick one up. So that's gonna go in here, the filter will go on there, and then I'm gonna be replacing my MAF sensor. When I called the shop, after I made the, the appointment for my tune, I told him, hey, my car has this issue where something is causing the upstream O2 sensors to go off. I've done everything, replaced everything. I thought maybe it was something in the tune that was causing it. He said it wouldn't be a tune issue. He said it would be a MAF sensor issue. So I said, okay, I'll pick up a new MAF sensor. Well, here's what I got. I got this HPX N2 MAF sensor, and this is an aftermarket one. It's similar to the UpRev MAF sensor that people switch to when they go boost. This thing is capable of handling, I think it's set like 700 horsepower, and it's capable of handling 2-inch to 5-inch intakes. Only downside is if someone were to buy this and try to install it on their car, I guess it won't work because you have to have a tune in order for this MAF sensor to work. Now, my logic is my tune is already telling my MAF sensor, my stock one, what to do. So if I were to just install this MAF sensor, the tune should still tell this what to do. In my head, that makes sense. I would think that's how it works. We're gonna find out if it doesn't idle at all or idles like shit. We'll find out. Hey guys, so this is hours past that last clip you just saw, and I just want to let you guys know that you cannot run that sensor without getting tuned for it. Yeah, it didn't work. I installed in the car, it idled terribly. It would not rev past 3,500. It was bad. Luckily, my buddy had called me at that moment, and I talked to him about it, and he was a tech at Nissan, and now he works for Ford corporate, in Detroit. And he was like, Philip, take it off. Your car could blow up trying to get to the dyno. You know, don't be an idiot. Just take it out. So luckily he called me, and I let him know, and he told me to do that because I would have tried to take it to the dyno with that map still in there. So yes, so it won't work. You have to get tuned for that map sensor. So I'm gonna take it to the place tomorrow, install it there, and then they could put on the dyno and do all that stuff. So I just want to update you guys. It didn't work. So on to the clip. So gonna be installing those two things, and then to check the leaks, I'm gonna be just turning on the car, letting it idle, and just spraying water everywhere. And if it changes, and if the idle changes, I know I have a leak. Some of you guys might freak out that I'm using water. You might ask, you know, why aren't you using carb cleaner or, you know, something else along those lines? Well, I have carburetor cleaner, you know, for that car. But when I researched it, because that's what I originally was going to use, was carb cleaner and spray it everywhere. But when I searched online, like, hey, what's like a proper way to check leaks? A lot of people recommended to not do that. And they said because the engine will be warm, I'll be spraying a, you know, flammable spray on a warm engine. They've heard stories of their, you know, people using a carb cleaner or whatever flammable can, and the can exploding in their hands, you know, burning their hands, burning their face, losing a finger. I don't want that to happen. So I'm just gonna use water. It's gonna be a small amount. It's not gonna hurt the engine. And I plan on changing the oil after this anyways, because I haven't done it in a while, and I want everything perfect for this tune. Well, at least I hope so. So I'm just gonna be using water, spraying it everywhere, and if it changes to idle, we have a leak. So that's a lot. Let's get started. So usually if you have a vacuum leak, you can hear it. It's a really like high-pitched whistle type sound. So I have tried everywhere to listen, and I mean, I really don't hear anything, maybe barely. Something does sound like it's coming in like from this area over here. Maybe from the throttle body up here. So we're just gonna start spraying. Now, I didn't have an extra sprayer like for water, so I'm just gonna be using glass cleaner. So, you know, we'll clean my engine bay at the same time. So I guess we'll just start spraying. See what happens. Okay, nothing happened. And it does leave a soapy substance, so at least we'll be able to tell if there is a leak. Huh, nothing's happening. What the fuck? Well, this kind of sucks. I was kind of hoping we would hear something. I don't know, it could be under here. I can't really reach it though. I can't really reach up under there. Huh. Well, nothing's happening, guys. What the fuck? Well, it would appear to seem that she's sealed up, so yeah, nothing's happening. I'm a little disappointed. Yeah, actually, this kind of pisses me off, actually. I was, you know, really hoping we would hear something. So, because I here, like, listen. I almost feel like I hear a little hiss, but I mean, I'm spraying it and nothing's happening. I don't see any bubbles forming anywhere. So I guess what I will do is I'm just gonna go over all the bolts and I'll just tighten everything down, hand tight, a little past hand tight, and I guess we'll start working on replacing this filter in MAF. I'm a little bummed out. I was kind of hoping we would hear a leak or find one, find a leak. So I guess I could officially check intake leaks off the possible list. So good thing, I guess. Just bad thing because something's causing it. Something's causing that sensor to go off. Man, this sucks. All right, new intake is on. Our new intake filter with the stack, with the 4-inch V stack. Put on a new clamp there. I added 2 new clamps on that end because the other ones were a little messed up. These ones in the middle are still perfect, so that's good. And now it's time to replace this MAF sensor. Now, if you guys can see, it's like this special little torque bit thing, and I thought I had one. I couldn't find it, so I ran to Advanced and bought this, a specialty bit set for 15 bucks. But if you can see, it comes with a lot of shit. So one of the ones I need to use are, it's one of those, and I think I have to use a drill for these. So I'm gonna get on my drill and I'll put the new MAF sensor in. New intake installed. So new filter, blox 4-inch V stack, and that new HP whatever MAF sensor. So we're gonna start her up, see if she even starts. Now the check engine light will still be on because I did start the car without the MAF sensor, because I'm gonna do that air fuel mixture ratio relearn thing. If you don't know what that is, I made a video on it. So once my laptop charges, I'll bring it back down to do that relearn to clear the code and all that. But we'll see if she starts and idles, because if not, I'll have to pull it all apart to put in the other MAF sensor back in. And then after this, I'll change the oil. So yeah, we'll see if she starts. Please run. I think so far so good. All right, well, I'm gonna let it idle for a bit. I'll do the oil, and I'm gonna end it now because my battery's about to die. So I'll see you guys tomorrow after the dyno. Deuces.